Let's go.
No, friendly. Who are
I
you?
felt like the bullet came
Who
out
sent
of
you?
the screen.
Nobody. There was an accident down on the road and... What's going on?
I mean, you shot the gun, bro. Like, you shot the gun, bro. Like,
They're coming. Who is? What the hell was that?
You have a gun?
What?
Please tell me you have a gun.
oh my
No,
God.
why would I?
Hey, you can just see the look in his eyes. I give you about 3 minutes.
Take it! Take it!
If.
No, it's out there.
Come on, man.
Hey, are you listening?
Hey!
Man, he is in go mode. Oh my God, less than 1 minute. Oh God. Welcome to the world of Resident Evil Village, aka Resident Evil 8, aka Resident Evil 4x2, aka Resident Evil 2 Cubed. I know you shouldn't put that 8 on the front of the marketing and they hide it in Roman numerals stylistically because you gotta be welcoming for the new people who may take interest into the series, but you also gotta show the vets of the series, the people who've been here since day one or people who have come in earlier, that hey, this is another mainline entry in the series. We're back with Ethan Winters. This game is his second time coming around, and he gets the all-star treatment this time. He gets to go through an Avengers team of villains. He gets to go through a variety of different environments, and he gets to be the star of what looks like is a spiritual successor to Resident Evil 4. We start the game off with him doing some adulting in the house, being a father, being a husband. Him and Mia have apparently made it out of all that craziness that they went through in RE7. Check out the video if you want to see me talk about that game. But all that comes to a screeching halt when the vet from the series, when a classic hero comes through and seemingly massacres Mia. Pow, pow, pow. Team secures and lock down the zone. You end up in the back of a van. He's having talks with you, trying to make you understand the situation. You're sitting back like, what the fuck is going on? And next thing you know, crash. You end up witnessing the sunrise as you approach a desolate, cold-ass village in the middle of nowhere. And for me, this is a good sign of the environment completing the assignment on showing the survival horror of this game. It looks like it is cold, it looks like it smells strange, and I see all types of signs that point to what's to come in the game. We got bones, we got abandoned houses where it looked like people were in the middle of activities but got interrupted, cut off their whole life to go do something else, and we get a hint of what that is when we run into the first enemies in this game. Shout out to Bloodborne, shout out to Van Helsing, because as soon as I seen these lichens, I thought about that game and that movie respectively. The first time I seen one, it was just a dude sitting on a roof. I thought it was a statue because, you know, the architecture of where we are looks like statues are common. I thought it was a statue sitting up on a roof. He looked at me, he started moving around, and I started running. Next thing you know, I'm going through these moments. They're blurring the lines between scripted moments and gameplay moments. Only when you go into autopilot is when you know that you should stop playing. Next thing you know, we run and grab a couple of the signature keys from Resident Evil, and then we run into the rogues gallery of villains. I'm sitting up here like, this is Ethan's signature. Ethan has to be the GOAT when it comes to being like the punching bag, the pincushion, the bullet sponge, the axe magnet. Because usually when our protagonists go through this, it's only during gameplay, it's non-canon. You know, they probably want you to be perfect during the game, because in the cutscenes, if somebody gets stabbed or if somebody gets hit by a boulder, it's over with. And if it's villains, usually if they get stabbed, shot up, or melted, they end up turning turn into some giant monster. But Ethan, even throughout these cutscenes, when he's getting limbs cut off, when he's getting burnt up, when he's getting stabbed continuously, he keeps coming back. He's like the Terminator. And I ain't talking about the T-1000. I'm talking about the T-Melty, whatever the fuck number he was.
Subscribe, motherfucker.
So after meeting our gang of ops, they decide to have an assembly right in front of us, the player. They decide to talk about Ethan, downplay him, see what he's really about, put him to the test. They immediately unshackle him and send him off into the gauntlet. This whole game is a gauntlet against every one of these villains in their respective origins of the map. You got a hub world this time around, which is that village that we started off in the beginning. Throughout the entire game, this is going to be the center point of the game, and every section is going to be like a web that goes into another territory of its respective villain, the four lords out there as they call them. We got Lady D, the legendary icon and marketing of this game, big snoo lady, vampire type abilities. She got a few daughters. You run around the castle, it gives you those old RE vibes where you're running around an old mansion environment being chased, immediately giving you flashbacks of Jack Baker in RE7, Mr. X in the RE2 remake, and even Nemesis in the RE3 remake. Now the way this game was marketed had me thinking that this was going to be the entire game. You go against Lady Dimitrescu and then it's going to be credits, but then when I seen it was a whole team, the cutscene before all this stuff happened, I got the idea that there was going to be more. And of course this made me happy that there was going to be much more to this game than us going against big snoo lady in a sexy dress. We get creepy dolls inviting us into haunted houses to solve a few puzzles. We got Big Bat Quasimodo over here, got us running through swampy, icky lakes while fighting dudes that come up out of the ground that look like they need some lotion and a few stitches. I'm happy to even let y'all know that by the time you get to the point where you're going against cyborgs, this game still maintains the creepiness, because it's gonna be some points where you're gonna be doing puzzles, the lights are gonna turn out, you're gonna start hearing strange noises, and all I got to say is when it's 1 in the morning and you're doing this shit, your heart rate is gonna be skyrocketing. Shout out to Great Value Magneto, aka Heisenberg, which also makes me want to shout out Breaking Bad. Yeah, we got Ethan doing all this in the name of trying to be the best dad in gaming. I know it's a big ass contest for that these days. Hey, Resident Evil said, can we get down with that too and do it in our own special way? And hey man, I don't have a problem with it. It's a good excuse to go through all this dangerous shit and find out more about yourself while overcoming these challenges. And boy, do we find out more about Ethan during one of the boss fights in this game. You see, we get a fatality done on us. We get our heart yanked out and we die. Next thing you know, we switch to Chris Redfield and we pay homage to Resident Evil 6. We get Michael Bay sequences, Chris has a full squad, the latest tech, weapons and technology with them, airstrikes, and we get to go to town on this village that we ran through in the beginning when we were frail, helpless, and looking for different ways to escape. Now we got other dudes coming toward us and we're just like Rambo, bow, 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 all over the place. And I appreciate that instead of making an entire game with action like this, we got the build up. We got the build up from the dude that didn't have that much experience going through these situations to somebody who's been doing this for decades. It's like Ethan is for the new players and giving the new players something to experience all this stuff for the first time, and Chris is like us. We've been seeing this. We're always like, how come nobody ever comes better equipped? This time the equipment fit the situation. After snooping around some nasty looking caves, Chris winds up finding the real Mia, because the one that got blasted in the beginning was an imposter apparently. She lets him know that Ethan is a little bit more than a regular guy. So this explains all the dismemberment, all the stabbing, and everything that he keeps coming back from, because throughout his last adventure, he gained a few abilities that let him survive a little bit better from those predicaments that could cook the average person. This results in us immediately switching back to Ethan, who's waking up from a coma-induced nightmare hallucination, whatever you want to call it, and then he proceeds to get back on track and go confront the final boss of the game, Mother Miranda. See, Mother Miranda is trying to be the mother of the year. It ain't working out too well, but Ethan said that his papa skills and motivation as a father are gonna kick in so he can kick her ass. We get a good old gimmicky boss fight where Ethan holds Mother Miranda at bay, rescues his daughter, tells everybody to escape so he can make sure she stays there just in time for another bomb to blow another spot off of the map in the Resident Evil universe. Then we get to see Rose all grown up and being watched by security as she leaves flowers on her father's grave. I ain't get to play the DLC, but feel free to talk about it in the comments below. Let me know if I'm missing out on something vital. But anyways, that's where we are when we roll credits in this latest chronological entry in the series. For me, it's an all-star game. I'm guessing that Ethan is just being given his flowers. He was a little limited and constricted in Resident Evil 7, but in this he gets so many scenarios that could get him on legendary status if we ever find lore based on him in future entries of the series. Me, I don't even mind. I'm cool, man. Let Ethan have all that glory. The game got third person options. I played through it in first person. I beat it in one sitting, but they show love to everybody who wants to play the game from a preferred perspective. If people were missing that good old third person that they have in the remakes and the former entries in the series. The only thing that I want, Capcom, that I really want while I was playing this entire game is for y'all to go back to
investigating all these strange deaths, huh?
We need to keep our voices down.
Have you seen the same shit I've seen?
Subscribe, motherfucker!
Please know that you are my hope.
Everyone's gone.
Stay away from that!